One of the Human Rights Commission's mandates was to conduct rights education for security agencies and monitor the electoral process as required by the Constitution and international human rights standards. To execute this mandate, the Commission deployed 107 human rights observers across 67 districts to observe the polls. They now say they are satisfied with the electioneering process.
The electoral process was largely peaceful and calm. Most people voted without influence and voted in secrecy. UHR also observed that Electoral Commission officials seemed better equipped than in the past.
However, the Commission observed that there were a number of lapses in the electoral process, ranging from violence to disenfranchising voters.
In some polling stations, namely Kololo, Samitivya, and Naxerem to Z, voting started before 7, causing some suspicion and mistrust. A few polling stations started late because of the late arrival of electoral materials and the voters themselves. There was a number of registered voters who were disenfranchised, who had voters' cards. There was electoral violence in Uganda the day before the elections and in Budadiri West.
However, the report states that these lapses occurred in a few places and could not taint the elections.
I think the incidents we've had are so minimal. I think compared to the previous elections, I think this is where we have received the least complaints.
The Commission Chairman, Medi Kagwa, says those who have electoral complaints should not take the law into their own hands, but lodge their complaints with the courts of law.
Where you feel aggrieved, you should go to court, because everybody aspires to be under rule of law.
The report recommends, among others, increased voter education, building capacity of electoral officials through training, and provision of more security during the electioneering process to forestall violence.